Hi friends, and welcome back to another ship with me. This one's going to be a little bit different and I'll explain why, but I am going to call this video a new maybe series. Let me know if you guys like it and we'll make it a series, a ship and show. So what we're going to do, I'm going to ship some of the items with you that I sold in the last like 2 days, and then I'm going to show you some new stuff that I picked up recently at the Goodwill. You guys have seemed to have been enjoying my ship with me videos. Quick recap, my name is Maria and I'm a part-time reseller, so I'm not having like, you know, huge dozens, hundreds of orders going out every single day, so I don't always have the ability to do these like huge ship with me videos because I do ship my orders every single day. But I do have a whole bunch of orders from yesterday and today. I think I have 9 or so going out for the last like day and a half, and I was like, yeah, let me ship with you. I also filmed just like a mini haul yesterday that I was going to use, and I was like, you know what, let's put these 2 videos together. I think you guys would enjoy seeing what's actually selling and then seeing what I actually am picking up at the thrift. If you haven't already watched my Thriftsmas series, we do have some items that sold from Thriftsmas, where I went to the Goodwill retail store every single day for the first 12 days of Christmas. And well, the first 12 days of December. That didn't make any sense. And I got some really good feedback in those videos that you guys really did like to see what was selling. I've also been doing little stories over on my Instagram. It's at Life with Maria Nicole. So if you want to see what is selling from Thriftsmas, anytime something sells, I am posting it on my stories like real time so that you can see what it sold for and that it sold quickly. All right, without any further ado, let's dig into these. Per usual, I'm going to tell you how much they sold for, what platform they sold on, where I got it, how much I paid for it, and how much I made. And then we're going to scroll back to yesterday and I'm going to show you some items that I recently picked up at Goodwill. Okay, so the first item we have here isn't actually folded or anything because I listed it so recently. I haven't even put it into my inventory. So this is in Eddie Bauer. It's kind of like a better sweater, like Patagonia dupe in my opinion, but it's got this nice like gray marled, just a quarter zip pullover fleece. I got this at Thriftsmas. So I got it in my, I don't remember which day, but I got it in one of the days at, ooh. Okay, if you guys don't already know what I'm sitting on, this is my daughter's little like unicorn 3-legged stool. So it's a little wobbly, but okay. I don't remember which day of Thriftsmas I got this on, but I did grab it during Thriftsmas. I think I paid like $5 to $6 for it. I knew it wasn't going to sell, you know, it's not going to sell for as much as like Patagonia and North Face and things like that, but it sells really well typically for me, like quickly. So it did. This ended up selling for $25.19 over on eBay. That was, I think, an offer I sent out. I think I listed it at $29.99. I got it. My average cost of goods that day, I'm just going to try to wrap it here and see if this will fit. It's sold on eBay, so we are just sending it out in a poly mailer. My average cost of goods that day was $5.79. I was doing lots of donations during Thriftsmas, so I had 20% off coupon that I was able to use most days. I don't remember if I did specifically on this day, but it's possible. So this sold basically overnight, like not even one day. That's pretty fantastic. I have another Eddie Bauer item that I picked up that same day that was like a full zip jacket. That one has not sold yet, but again, it's only been listed for like 2 or 3 days as of right now. And my total profit on this was $18.11 after a day. All right, we're gonna put my thank you sticker here on it. Oh my gosh, I should have told you, I've been like wrapping presents and getting ready for our Christmas trip. So there's like luggage in here, there's presents everywhere, there's the wrapping stuff, and I had to like clear myself a little path to be able to do this video. So yeah, that was fun. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab for one of these bigger poly mailers. I actually need to do a restock. I actually just got, that might be too big. Hold on, let's use one of these gray ones. I did get a restock, but I'm trying to use these up first. I ship all my eBay items. With USPS Ground Advantage, I don't ship priority mail very often over on USPS. I used to for eBay, but now that they've changed like their service up, it's like always cheaper for me to ship Ground Advantage. So I'm always putting things in unmarked packaging. I'm not really using the white and red priority mail packaging for eBay, basically like ever. Okay, so let's put this in here. I probably should have put it long ways, but I put it wide so that it wouldn't like move around once I get it closed. But it's just a little bit more tricky to put in. I talked about this in my last ship with me, but I do pre-weigh all of my items when I'm processing them and typing them into my inventory, so that when I ship something and I go to like print the label, I already know how much it weighs, so I can just, like this, oh, it doesn't say on the front of it, but I think this was like a 15-ounce label, and because it weighed like 12, 15 pounds, I don't remember, this might have been over a pound. I don't remember, but when I am printing my labels, I don't have to re-weigh anything, so that's really handy. All right, let's move to, so all of my items are already wrapped in the little bags. I got a question recently on some of my shipping supplies to include the bags that I use, but don't worry, I am filming actually the next day or two a chatty work with me, like a question and answer video, ask me anything, and I'm going to be answering some of those questions to include the bags that I use. So stay tuned for that. It'll be very shortly after this video. I don't remember exactly how these are going to come out, but it'll be soon. Okay, so all of these are already in these plastic baggies. I'm not probably going to take them out, but I will pop pictures up on the screen so that you guys can see what they are. Okay, the first one is so cute. It is this like twiggy, preppy V-neck sweater. I got this at that local swap meet where I get everything for free. So this was totally free to me, and it was in a grouping of like really cute sweaters, and a couple of them have already sold. I ship all of my, anything that'll fit in this on Poshmark, I ship in this. And I did get to wear this to work. I got lots of compliments on it. It's very preppy, like schoolgirl vibes. This sold full price for $35. It is definitely vintage. It's got a Angora cashmere blend, which is also great. So it sold for $35. I had $0 into it. It was listed for 58 days, and I made $28 from that swap meet item, which is pretty good. Really exciting. This also just sold like this morning right before I filmed. It's the only sale I've had so far today. So fingers crossed for more good sales. My hair is also driving me nuts with this turtleneck. I should just put it in a ponytail. So I apologize if I'm messing with it. All right, this one I am so excited to see go. This is a Free People corduroy mini skirt. I do still tend to pick up almost any Free People. It's probably a flaw. I probably need to be way more selective. But I did pick this up, and it finally sold for $17.99 over on eBay. I think I had reduced it a couple times, and so it was listed for like $24.99. They I'm usually always running a 20% off sale, so it was listed for like $19.99, and then I sent a 10% off offer. So this sold for $17.99 on eBay. I got it at a Goodwill retail store. I'm getting to use my little winter ones, which is nice. And my average price because that day was $5.02. So after 605 days, this made me $10.98. And I am so excited to get it moving out the door, especially like in the dead of winter. Although these like short corduroy skirts are super cute to layer in the winter. You can put some like thick knit tights under there with some boots, some tall boots, some short boots, layer some sweaters on over top. I do that quite a bit in the winter, so I hope that's maybe what they're doing with it, or maybe they live somewhere warm and they don't have to bundle. All right, next, I'm actually gonna take these out because of how sloshy they are, so we're gonna wrap these ones. These are some Patagonia board shorts, and for any Thriftsmiths watchers, these were picked up in Thriftsmiths. So these, I accepted a $20 offer. They're very basic, you know, no super fun print or anything. It's also winter, so I don't mind moving out some shorts quickly for a lower price. I accepted a $20 offer. I got these obviously at Goodwill. My average cost of goods that day was $4.62, and these were only listed for 24 days, and I made $12.24. Patagonia is another brand that I just like have a soft spot for, and I'll pick up almost anything as long as it's not like astronomically priced. These were like $4.99 in the store, so I knew they would sell. I've sold that style quite a few times, and they sold pretty quickly. I mean, 24 days, especially for being like swim shorts in, again, the dead of winter. All right, that was eBay also, so we'll get another little winter mailer. Do you guys like using the fun mailers, or do you just use plain mailers. I'm not gonna lie, I use whatever is like the cheapest on Amazon that's not just like white. Because I do like having some fun, but I'm not paying a lot for like the really fancy prints. Or sometimes like at the end of the season they'll clearance them and I'll just hold on to them until like the next season rolls around. I don't know. Let me know. But I do just use the boring packaging for everything on Poshmark because it's free. So why would I not? Okay, the next item is the most boring and basic of all items, and it is this Woolrich, like almost like a long john, like waffle knit, long sleeve, gray t-shirt. And this came to me for free in something I got, a bundle in the neighborhood, and I was like, it's Woolrich, maybe somebody will sell it. It didn't fit my husband like we were hoping, and so I listed it online. I didn't list it very high. It ended up selling on Poshmark for $18, which I was actually pretty pleased with. I had $0 into it, but it was listed for 242 days, and I made $12.38. My thing is overflowing because I have all my like wrapping paper remnants in there. Oh my gosh. Now I'm getting stuff stuck to it. So yeah, $12 for a little basic Woolrich, basically t-shirt. I am not going to complain about that. I do like selling Woolrich as long as I am reasonable on what I expect it to sell for. The vintage stuff that's actually wool is always going to do the best. All right, the next one is kind of fun. We're going to take this one out as well because it's just really slouchy. If things are like structured in the plastic bags, I will ship them in that. But if they're gonna get all like smushed around, I will just wrap them. Here's a really pretty like shirt dress. I love the flower. This is Figura and yeah, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Figura and flower, which is sometimes sold at Anthropologie. And the fun part about this is my mom was here when I was processing this and she loved it. And I was like, Mom, keep it, or at least like take it home and wear it a couple times. So she did. She took it home. She wore it a couple times. I think she probably wore it to church or choir or something. And then she eventually brought it back and was like, okay, yeah, go ahead and sell it. And it sold. It sold for $25.19 on eBay. I got this originally at a 50-cent day. So at that like local thrift store that has the 50-cent days. So I only had 50 cents into it. Plus my mom got to wear it, which is super fun. And once I got it back from her and listed it, it was only listed for 65 days. And I made $18.68. The funny part is I had two of these, like same size, same kind of vibe. And that one I had listed the whole time that like my mom was borrowing this one. And so that one was listed for probably a couple hundred days. And it sold earlier this week too. And then this one sold. So I just thought that was super interesting that they both ended up selling kind of around the same time. I paid 50 cents for both of them. So really great profit on something. Really good return on investment if you consider I only had 50 cents into it and I ended up making $18.68. This was another eBay sale. Get to use all of our winter mailers. OMG, you're seeing this after Christmas, but Christmas is in just a couple days for me at the time that I'm filming this. So I'm getting excited. The kids are getting excited. When I'm done filming this video, we are going to go do some more Christmas cookies, which is always fun. But okay, next is another swap meet item, and it is this John Galt, which is Brandy Melville. Anytime something's Brandy Melville, I also tag it as John Galt, and anything something is John Galt, I also brand it as Brandy Melville. Basically, the two are like one and the same, in my opinion, and I always list them like that. So this sold for $27. I think I had it listed for $30, and they got my 10% off offer, so it did have discounted shipping with that. And I got it at a swap meet. It just needed like a tiny bit of deep pilling. Actually, I saw another person looking at it at the swap meet, and they ended up putting it down, and they had moved on to like the next blanket. And I went over and picked it up and looked at it and put it in my bag, and I heard her say to her friend like, oh, she decided to get that. Like she seemed happy that somebody had picked it up. So I had $0 into it. This sold after only 52 days, and I made $19.58 on this. John Galt Brandy Melville does not usually, this is probably one of the higher like priced sales I've actually ever had, but it still sells. I know there's drama around the brand. I personally I've never shopped there like from the retail store, but I'm gonna continue picking it up because people do still seem to like it. All right, next are a pair of 511 tactical pants. These were a Thriftsmith's find, which I was very excited to see. These are the Apex style, which historically does really well for me amongst the 511 tactical brands. This sold for $40. I had it listed for $45. They also got my 10% off with discounted shipping offer. So they grabbed it at $40. Thriftsmiths that day at Goodwill, my average cost of goods was $4.61, and it was only listed for 15 days, and I made $25.37. 511 tactical, depending on how long I've had it, will usually sell between like 20 and 45, and kind of depending on how quickly I'll want to move it. So the fact that I moved this really quickly and for $40 is a win-win. I had a time period where I was selling most of my 511 tactical stuff on eBay. I've been selling more and more of it on Poshmark recently, so it does seem to sell pretty well on both platforms, actually. I got a recent question about like which platform do I like selling on better? Do I list all my items on one? Do I list on one and then cross list to the other on a different day? So I'll be answering that in my upcoming video, so stay tuned. All right, we only have one more item and then we will move over to our thrift haul. This is some Free People Movement leggings. I like selling Free People Movement, but I struggle to sell the Free People Movement leggings. Just full disclosure, I have quite a bit of them sitting. So when I got a $20 offer for this, I jumped on it. I got these at Prime Thrift. I do a lot of thrift with me's there. There was one day that I found like tons of Free People. So if you find that video, it's the one that like found so much Free People. This was one of them, but it's been a little bit of a slow mover. Oh, that's what it is. There's been like all these little crumblies on my bags and I couldn't figure out why. We went to the grocery store earlier today and I used this bag and I bought onions, like a bag of onions when it's in the bag, but then like the onion stuff like crumbles. It's not getting in the bag or on the clothes, but it's mostly just getting on me. I have these little onion crumblies. So, okay. And I apparently have a piece of tape stuck to me from wrapping paper, so I wonder how long that's been there. Okay, average cost of goods was $5.87 that day. This was on Poshmark. It was listed for 108 days, and I made $10.13. But I'm happy to see it go. I am in the mood to move things. We are at the end of the year, so obviously I'm looking to increase any sort of revenue and profit I can get. All right, that is it for the ship with me portion, but stick around because let's go check out the haul. All right, so a few things to show you today. You guys know I love stopping into the Goodwill just to shop the new racks. They're not as stale of the items that are on like the big racks. Plus, I'll spend way too much time and way too much money. I have a lot of sourcing opportunities. I live outside of DC, a big city. So I have plenty of ways to source, and I have plenty of ways to source much lower at the bins or at some stores that offer things much cheaper or have good sales. Plus the swap meets that I like to go to. So I try not to spend up for, oh, this chair swivels. I try not to spend up for my items too much, but I do find that it's worth going to Goodwill and spending up on some items that I can get a much better return on. So I stopped in, and this is actually a pretty big haul for one Goodwill stop. Because remember, when I go in, I'm only going for like 15 to 30 minutes. It's usually when I stop by to this one certain post office. There's a Goodwill in the same little strip mall, so I will stop in. So let me just show you these things I got. I have a few clothing items here on the top, one really good one, and then I have some shoes at the bottom. If you do follow me over on Instagram, it's at Life with Maria Nicole. I did do a reel of this one. Well, I guess it was on YouTube Shorts also, but I did a reel of these shoe finds, so some of them might be a bit familiar. All right, the first one is so fun. Look at this print. Okay, go ahead and guess what you think this is. It's a men's button-down shirt. I wasn't shopping. I actually found this on the rack. I was walking by, and I happened to see the print. I was like, I know what that is. This is Vineyard Vines. It is the whale shirt, 100% cotton. It's a size large, which is great. However, I need to have my husband try this on because my husband is a men's size small. I think this might be boys. This does not look like a men's size large to me. So maybe I'm losing it, but I'm gonna have him try it on. If it is a boy's size large, that's okay. It'll still sell, but I'll probably list it a bit lower since it's gonna be in the boys category. I did spend $5.29 on that, which is the standard shirt price in my store, which means mini shirts will be priced higher than that, but nothing will be priced lower than that. All right, next was a new to me brand, and that is Oh Polly. It looks kind of almost like if you've ever sold Lucy in the Sky, that it's like an online boutique of like super sexy dresses. It grabbed my attention because of all these tags. It's new with tags. This is one of those, like it has to be on for you to be able to return it. Plus it's got these tags. So I looked it up and there are some pretty decent comps. So it's my first time with this brand. It's got this, the model picture is definitely going to help. It's got this like asymmetric shoulder. It's like super short, super sexy. It's got a ruched side here. But yeah, we're going to see how that does. It was the standard price of $8.49. That's the standard dress price. Usually when they have something new with tags, they will price it up from there, but they did not. I actually found this in the real clothes section too, not a clothes new rack, because I found one dress caught my eye and I went to check it, and then once I found that, I looked in that section for anything more, and that's where I found the rest of these. So I think there's only one thing in this that I actually got on the new racks this day. Okay, let's play another game. Here's the back of this dress. It is cute little umbrellas. So what do you think this is? There's a couple things I would probably guess, but this is an adorable little ModCloth dress. It is a size small, so I'll wear it to work first. But this is the type of thing in ModCloth that does the best. These like really fun pin-up-y style or these novelty prints. The size isn't as great. ModCloth definitely sells better in the larger or plus size sizes, but I'm gonna grab that. The print on this was too adorable. It did also have the strap attached, which is fantastic. So that was also $8.49. And then the other brand that I might have guessed if I had to play that game was that might have been Bowden. But this one is Bowden. So it is a slight, like it's not the brand newest, but I think it's the second newest tag. It is a size 10R. And look at this fun novelty print. If you can tell, this is flamingos. So I love that. That's a bit better size for the brand. It is a US 10 regular. It was also $8.49. So I grabbed that one. Another one that I found all together here was this one. It's like a geometric, almost like watercolor-y geometric. I'm having a hard time describing that. It's got like a side tie. This is Nick and Zoe, which I sell pretty successfully. It is a size medium, also $8.49. So I'm going to give that a try. I'm listing most of these so far between like $35 and $45, with the exception of the one I'll show you last. This is the one piece that I did find in the new rack that day. If you can see the little tag here, this is a Free People item. This is a size small, and it's just a basic little blouse. So I did pay $5.29 for this one also, and I'm only gonna list this I think for like $25 or so, but it's cute. I'll be able to wear it to work and hopefully it will sell. All right, the last clothing item is a really good find. It's the first time I've ever found this brand, so put this in your Bolo brain if you don't already know it. But it is Misa Los Angeles, size small, so I'll be able to wear it. And look how beautiful. It's like a tunic style dress with this like almost drop waist, defined waist, but all of this white embroidery I loved here and on the sleeves. So I'll tag this as Boho, Bohemian Festival. Misa Los Angeles can sell in the hundreds. When I comped this, actually last night, I typed all these into my inventory. I think this dress is pretty common, so I don't think this is a super special dress from the brand, but I still think I'm listing it around $100 actually. So we're gonna see how that goes. It's got this tie right here. Is that supposed to be? No, that's right. I was trying to decide if this is supposed to hang flat like that or if it was supposed to attach. I guess I thought in my head that I would need to reattach it, but now looking at it, it's just a single attachment right there. It's supposed to hang down straight. There's not a hole on the other end. So that's one little repair I now will not have to do. But this they also only had priced at $8.49. Often when they see designery type things like that, they'll mark it through the roof. Okay, let's move on to some of the shoes. My store every so often will put, just like they have new racks kind of at the front or scattered through the store for the clothes, they have every once in a while been pulling out carts of new shoes. I love going through those. And on this day, they had like 4 or 5 of them and I had to dig through them. There was like some shoes that were in one cart and then I had to find the pair in another cart. It almost felt like digging through the bins. It gave me that kind of like experience. Let me show you the few that I decided to grab. Most of these are in such amazing condition, especially compared to what I usually find. So here is just a pair of Vionics. They are like a T-strap wedge. They've got these like cork material straps with a gold accent on the front, which I thought was pretty Vionic. I do like selling. I won't pay up for it. What did I pay for these? I did pay $10 for these. I would not have paid more than that probably, but they are in really good condition. They probably will sell closer to spring or summer, but we're going to try those out. I sometimes sit on Vionic a little bit, but then when they sell, they usually sell for a decent price. So I think I'm listing those around $40. Next are a pair of like Huarache leather sandals. This style in any brand tends to do really well for me, and these are Jeffrey Campbell, which historically does well also. They are in fantastic condition. They are leather. They're a size 9 or a 40. What were these Vionics? I wonder if they were donated by the same person. These are a, oh my gosh, I can't see this. I think they might also be a 9. I'm having trouble reading it. I paid $12 for these. That's probably on the high end of what I would pay for them, but I was excited. They're in great condition. I do think they will sell. My return probably won't be crazy because I'm probably only listing these between like 35 and 45, but it's definitely still some profit to be made. Okay, one of my most exciting, I keep pushing, the chair keeps spinning me, so I'm sorry if you see me like using the wall to push myself around. But one of my most exciting finds for the day were these Hoka's triple black. These are the Bondi 7s. They are in such fantastic condition. I could not believe that I found them. And then I was like, these are going to be marked at like $40 at my Goodwill. It's very common for shoes like this. But guys, they did not. I love whoever was pricing these this day because these were marked at $12. You cannot usually pick up a pair of men's sneakers, even if they're torn to shreds at my Goodwills, for less than $15. So to see these at $12, I about died. These are also a men's size 13, so they're a nice big size. I think I'm listing those for $75. I love finding kids' shoes, especially in Merrill and Keen's, like hiking shoes. These are just tried and true for me. I list them at $35. These are the Hydros. And these I think were $8. Yeah, these are $8. That is my topping point for what I will pay for Merrill and Keen's shoes that I list at $35. $8 seems to be the golden number where I can still make a decent amount of profit because they typically sell between like $20 and $30. Another really great find. I saw this and I was like, that looks like Birkenstocky. But I had never seen this like Papilio before, but I turned it over and yeah, if you can see that, it definitely says Birk on it. So I looked it up and these specific style look like they can do really, really well. And they're in basically brand new condition. Like I don't see any wear to these at all. So these are a size 40, which I think is a women's 9. They've got like canvas and then suede ankle straps. These were only $10. So I don't know what's going on, but I am not complaining. We also had a couple UGG finds. I think there were a few more Uggs that I did pass that were more marked up, but these ones were not. These are a suede booty. They are real suede leather. These are Koolaburra by UGG, which is a slightly lower tier. They are $12. I probably wouldn't have paid more than that. Even at $12, these were probably dicey of whether I should pay that, but they are in really, really great condition. I think I'm listing them for like $45 or so. I did get nervous. There was a piece of tape on the back of one of them that I didn't realize in the store. It was like Scotch tape. And when I went to type it in my inventory last night, I was like, oh no. But luckily it came off. It didn't affect the suede at all. Really good. Like no tread wear right here to a block heel. This is a really good place to look for wear because this wears down the fastest because we don't pick up our feet when we walk. Like I'm always telling my daughter, pick up your feet, pick up your feet. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have turned into my parents. Oh my goodness. Okay, a couple more. One more UGG find here. Cute little suede flats. These are leather, and then they have the shearling? Yeah, it looks like shearling lining inside. These are only $8. Really great condition. What size are these? These are 8, I think. Yeah, these are size 8, so they're a little bit too big for me, or else might have considered keeping them. 2 more pairs of shoes here before we close. Less and Only Merrill. I already said that in this video. These are a really great pair of hiking boots. These are the gold. I forget what the style name. The style name might actually be gold because that's what it says here. They are men's 7.5, so a little bit small on the men's size, but I do think they will still do well. The treadwear is so minimal on these. It looks fantastic. These were also $12. And then last but not least, a beautiful pair of booties right here. Most of this distressing is intentional, so you're probably already guessing, but yes, these are Resell. So I definitely need to get these listed. These were only $12 also, but we're going into a great season. Also in great condition. This is how you can sometimes tell, especially with Resell or like Fry or some boots that do manufacture distressing. If this is worn down, the distressing might not have been intentional, but this and the tread is immaculate. So most of this distressing, if not all of it, was intentional. So I will just put that in my listing description. I will also do that with like jeans. I'll say like manufactured distressing. So that no one ever has a claim to say like, oh, there's scratches that I wasn't expecting. Well, no, I put that, you know, in the listing. All right, I hope that was fun doing a little ship with me and then kind of showing you what I got. I might try to do more and more of these ships and shows of a few things I was able to ship and a few things I was able to grab at a thrift store, kind of smush them into a video to show you guys a little bit more and hopefully have a bit more content to put out. Let me know if you like this style. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up as always, and I'll see you next time. Bye.